are going to go down? How do I see it coming?
Well, no, I was wondering how excited you are to get back in there and create some violence for all the fans.
Oh my God! I mean, I keep going to these MMA shows. I was in Arizona with my boy in the corner over the weekend, and now I'm here in St. Pete watching my boy go to work. A different friend, you know what I'm saying? And I love this stuff, man. This is a reason to live right here. To go to fights, watch fights, and get ready to fight. I'm so excited to fight. You know what I mean? People always love to come up to me and ask me what my next one is because they're at the fights and they want to see a real fight, you know? So.
Absolutely. It only lends itself to your excitement and anticipation for a fight, watching your teammates compete. You guys all build each other up together, so it only makes sense to me, man. Obviously, this is a really exciting matchup, but, you know, being that you're such a popular guy right now, the call-outs never seem to end for you. Has it bothered you at all that these guys keep asking to fight you, knowing that you already have an opponent?
No, that's the job, isn't it? Everybody want to fight me because they see a real fighter who's out here winning, and they mad and they want to take what I'm getting, but they can't have it because in their life.
Now, one of those guys in particular, Darren, he's claiming that he can knock you out, and you guys had a confrontation in Poland. Is there bad blood there between you guys, or is this just a fight that interests you, especially since he's called you out now?
Of course it interests me. It interested me before he won that fight and called me out, which is why he called me out, because I want to take that O from him. I believe it was taken from me when, in a way that, you know, it's just how this sport goes. I believe I took that loss in the best possible way and moved forward in the best possible way. It seems to me every time I have an opportunity, I get the most out of it as I can, as was, like, supposed to happen. You know what I mean? I lost that fight, but I still gained exposure and fans and people got to see another side of me that, you know, maybe I didn't have before I lost. So now that I have that, I definitely think it makes me a lot tougher of an opponent, and especially to someone who still has that O. And there are so many ways to lose in this sport.
Absolutely. And as you said, I mean, your success since that loss, you've only been on the up and up since, and it's, you know, you've had great exposure. A lot of people are after you. You're a highly sought-after guy right now. But without looking past Santiago, is that a matchup that would interest you against Till in regards to moving up in the rankings, in your opinion?
Well, when I beat Santiago, Till is above me in the rankings, so I don't see why not.
Right.
So, you know, he's above me, and I don't care if I move up 1 spot, 2 spots, 3 spots at a time, you know what I mean, 8 spots you're trying to skip. I see kind of that's how the business goes. I jump up about 10 slots and get to fight Ellenberger, or 15 slots, I fought Ellenberger, and then I didn't necessarily move up all the way up there, but kicked him out. Fucking, what else, man? What can I say? Then I was supposed to fight Thiago, who wasn't necessarily a ranked opponent, but someone who had some popularity and has a, you know, a crew behind him that thinks that he is a capable athlete and could beat almost anyone on a good night for him. But then that guy didn't show up, so we got who we got. And then I said I could have beat anybody that night. The preparation was for a legend and someone who isn't finishing his career that way. So, you know, I'm just looking to the future. We got Rafael dos Anjos and Robbie Lawler on the card on the main event that night. We all know that I called out Robbie Lawler. We'll see who wins that fight. And then, of course, everybody wants me to smash Colby Covington now, but he can get somebody else. It doesn't matter if they give me that fight. I'll take it, whatever. I'll finish him quickly and then move on as well. Everybody wants to see the Darren Till fight. We can make that happen. And then the Platinum one versus the Chosen one is definitely on the list because that belt has to come home with me. So we're going to make that happen.
Yeah, you've been marching towards it for quite some time now, and you continue to climb the ranks, and I have no doubt that you will finally get that opportunity in the near future. But you covered a lot of bases there. I guess let's skip ahead. I wanted to get your reaction from the drama that unfolded between Colby Covington and Fabricio Verdum in Sydney. What was your reaction to that stuff with the boomerang and being punched in the face, allegedly?
Well, other than it being so funny, I thought Colby was such a little punk-ass bitch. I don't care who you are, if we're here because of the UFC, he was outright attacking him. I'm jumping on Fabricio Verdum. I'm jumping at his neck. I'm going to try something. You ain't going to attack me. I don't care how big you are, who you are. And Colby Covington is supposed to be skilled athlete in the world. He likes that ref in them there. Don't get me wrong. He is skilled, but he likes that ref there. And if you can get him out of that mindset that he's in a safe environment when he's fighting in the octagon, it'd be an easy win because he showed that he's a little punk-ass bitch, truly is on the inside. Because, like I said, once again, it don't matter who you are. You cannot treat me like that. Fuck that. Shove that boomerang right up your ass. But I like Fabricio Verdum, so.
What would you make of the allegations or the possibility that Colby's going to be pressing charges against Verdum?
I mean, I don't think he is. I don't think
you would hope not, right? You would hope not.
Jeez, man, let's go. Are you kidding me? No, don't press charges. Then you really are such a vagina, man.
So I know you're obviously not a fan of the guy, but what do you make of his claims that Tyron Woodley is avoiding him at this point?
Who? Colby Covington?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to fight him either. It get you a bunch of haters to follow you rather than a bunch of likers. You know what I'm saying? Like, who follows Colby Covington? Where is he going? He's a terrible person to go to another country and just, to say the things he said, you know what I'm saying? Damn, he makes me look good. I'm only talking shit about my opponent. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking shit. Everywhere that I've gone as a UFC fighter, everybody has come up to me and they're so happy that we're there to provide them this entertainment and this good time, and that they can if they can get involved with the fighters. You know what I mean? If you interact with the Brazilians and then you get out there and you show them a good fight, you're gonna be something else to the people, something that the people didn't know they wanted you to be. You know what I mean? And something that they're just
appreciated.
You
gained some fans.
Yeah, man, for sure. Don't be a fucking dickhead.
Speaking of travel and going to other countries, you've been all over the place, man, lately doing appearances for the UFC. That definitely makes it seem as though the company really is starting to see the value in you. Would you agree with that?
Hey, man, did you see the issue of Fighters Only magazine?
For this month, I did not.
No, you should go see that. Check out the champ, and then whose name is right next to his, and your boy's a centerfold in there. So,
awesome, man.
So, you know what I mean? That's cool to me, man. I'm appreciative of that, and I'm just gonna shine. The magazine actually already has me at 12-1. Shoot, it shows that they know what's up.
They're reading the future.
Absolutely.
So speaking of travel, you were one of the first guys to offer to replace Anderson Silva and fight Kelvin Gastelum in Shanghai. I would assume that you wanted to fight Kelvin after what he said about you fighting Santiago. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's what it was. He was talking shit on Instagram, stepping out of his way to be like, saying, but that's cool. He's rooting for Santiago. That's fine. Root for him if you want to. I'm going to beat your ass one day, too. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. The Michael Bisping fighting him should be pretty good. I don't know. I don't see Michael Bisping winning after GSP, choked him out. Michael didn't have a terrible performance, but GSP was point fighting his ass off until he started getting cut up from the bottom with elbows. But we'll see where it goes. Like you said, everybody wants to fight me, right? And then there's some people, if you talk shit to me, you might earn that fight. So we'll see.
Absolutely. You know, all in all, you're becoming a very highly sought-after opponent for all these guys, and that obviously makes your job easier at the end of the day, right? I mean, whoever wants it can get it.
Absolutely. You already know. It's just a matter of if they call, if the UFC calls me to fight, and then who they offer. I don't say no to the first. They don't offer me a list of guys. They drop one name, and I'm like, yep, let's go. Because the matchmakers are the matchmakers, and they're doing their job, and I take who they put in front of me, and I whoop that ass.
No hesitation. I love it, my man. So give us your thoughts on this potential Diaz versus Woodley fight. Do you think it'll happen, and who would you pick?
Oh, man. Is that really potential?
I mean, that you're seeing Tyron call him out now and saying that his half of the deal is done, and it's all up to Nate at this point. I mean, do you think it's a real likelihood?
No. Diaz already officially was like, no, I'm not fighting you. He doesn't need to fight the 170 champ. And the 170 champ doesn't need a lightweight to come up there and try to get him. You know, we were trying to get him the 185-pound champ. I think Whitaker and Woodley is a great fight.
I would agree with you.
We don't do that, and Woodley has to fight either apparently Covington because he's like number 3, and he happens to be able to wrestle. So, like, you see the style matchup. They could defend the wrestling, but I think Woodley's the better boxer. So, you know, I don't see that being necessary either. And then who else is there? They can't make Woodley wait until I beat Till. But then Robbie, Lawler, and Rafael dos Anjos. But Rafael's only had 4 fights at welterweight. But he was a previous champion, so maybe they give him extra credit for that. I want to stop him. I want that fight. I think if Rafael is able to beat Robbie Lawler, then I think me and Rafael should fight. If not, I'll take Darren Till and then Rafael. I don't know.
Right, just stack them up. You'll knock them down. It does. The order does not matter as long as the belt is the final end all be all for you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's not